What is going on, guys? Welcome back to your 8th Cocos2D tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be covering actions. Now, we talked a very little bit about actions before, but I promised that we would be going in depth about actions later on, and well, now's that time. So, probably for the next couple tutorials, we're going to be covering actions from the very basics to the very advanced steps. So, in case you forgot from a couple tutorials ago when we were messing around with sprites, actions are how you move sprites around your screen. So, I mean, it seems simple, but there's a lot of different types of actions and a lot of different ways you can use them. So, definitely you want to stay tuned for this. So, before we can even, start writing code, I'm going to use the tools that I taught you guys so far to make, kind of a template, and that's what we're going to be doing in this tutorial. And from this template, what we can do is I can teach you actions a lot easier once all we have to do is press one button and see the action. And it may seem kind of confusing, but I'll show you guys later on. So let's go ahead and make a new Cocos2D project, and we'll name this actions. Let's name it with a Z because I hate things that are named with Z, but actually, I tend to name stuff with Z a lot of times because if I write actions with a S at the end, that might, I mean, Cocos2D might have a class called actions with a S at the end, but they definitely don't have actions with a Z at the end. So, there's a nice little tip for you. Not tip. Yeah, perverts. So anyways, go to your class and go hello world scene.m, and we're only going to be working in this file for probably the next couple tutorials. So go ahead and you're in it and delete everything inside your if statement. And the first thing that we want to do is well, before we even do that, let's go ahead and import a couple things. I imported this button right here, and this is going to be the button that we press. It's going to be part of a menu. And I'm also going to import, let's use this chick, and this is going to be the sprite that moves around the screen. Oh, and I definitely imported them into my classes instead of my resources. So, to move them, just do that. Alright, now that we got that taken care of, let's give us some space to work with. And now that we have some space and we are in the right file, hopefully, in our if statement, what do we want to do first? Create that menu. So, cc menu item and make this image and just name it item 1 like last time. This is pretty much going to be a clone of the last tutorial. So cc menu item image looks good. Item from normal image, and what's its name? Chick.ping. And let me scroll over just a tidbit. And the selected image is, of course, same thing. Actually, I want this one to be button. Button.ping, and the selected image is also button.ping. Looks good. And two more parameters that we have to watch for. Target itself, since that method is going to be in this one, and selector at selector, and just go ahead and name this do this. And it won't take any parameters this time. I just want to show you guys in the last tutorial that it could. So now what we need to do is add a cc menu and just name this, might as well just name it menu, and set this equal to cc menu and menu with items, item 1, and of course the nil terminator for the constructor, and self, probably need those, self, come on, self, I'm saying come on like it's not my fault, but it clearly is. Menu, just like that. So with that being said, all we have to do is implement our, I think all we have to do is implement our do this. Alright, void do this. That looks good for now, and let's go ahead and build it around this and see if anything fudges up. And compile. So after this, what we're going to be doing is creating that chick sprite and building a basic action, but I just want to make sure I didn't F up anything right now. And good. So we have a basic sprite on the screen. Or actually, that's a button. So let's go ahead, and now that we have that button, and then whenever we press it, this is the method that's going to be called. So let's go ahead and create a sprite. So under import, what we want to do is create that sprite with cc sprite, and just name this chick. And we're saying, why am I creating it here instead of in our if? If you create it here, then it's a local object and it's only going to be able to be accessed from inside this init and not inside this. So as long as we create it outside both of these methods, we can access it from any method in the file. So that's why you need to create your declaration right under the import. So now that we created that, we can go ahead and create the actual chick itself in it, because as soon as our program opens, we want this chick to be created. So chick equals cc sprite, and sprite with file, and this is where we use chick.ping. And now what we want to do is just give it a starting position. Chick position equals ccp. Looks good, and just put it like somewhere near the bottom left, like 50-50. And go ahead, and now we need to just add it to our layer, self, add child, and just add chick. So now let me go ahead and build and run this and make sure that we have the chick and the button on the screen. And when I press my button, nothing should happen because we didn't put any code. See, I'm pressing it and the chick's not moving at all. So now we finally get to cover what I want to talk about in this tutorial, and that is actions. So there are a bunch of different type of actions that you can use on this chick. So again, whenever I click the button, this code I'm about to type is the code that's going to be called. So what I want to do is put an action on this chick. Chick, that almost sounds sexual, but it's not. Run action, and as your parameter, this is where you write what action you want to do. Now, for the next couple of tutorials, I'm going to be teaching you the different types of actions, but for now, I just want to show you probably the most basic one. CC move by, and this is a built-in action that moves your image, your chick image, by a specific coordinates. So the first parameter it takes is action with duration, and go ahead and put like 0.3 because we don't want to take too long. So it moves the specific coordinates in 0.3 seconds, and position equals ccp, and just go ahead and move it by like 40 by 20. So what this is going to do is move it 40 pixels to the right and 20 pixels up every time we press this button. And how long is this action going to take? 0.3 seconds. So hopefully when this runs and I press this button, this chick moves 40 pixels to the right and 20 pixels up. So, yep, press it again, press it again, press it again, press it again, press it again. So now you see the basics of actions and how they can make sprites move around on the screen. And of course, I went real quick over one of these basic actions, and this is called CC move by, but in the next couple of tutorials, I'm going to be teaching you about the different types of actions and when they would be useful and when to use them. And there's a lot more to actions than just different types of actions and how they move. So definitely stay tuned for that tutorial. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out my forum, and don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you next tutorial.